Describe the law of diminishing marginal utility, its limitations and importance. Answer. Introduction. This law was originally explained by H. Gaussen, Hermann Heinrich Gaussen, in 1854. Jevons called it as Gaussen's first law. But Alfred Marshall popularized this law. Definition of law. According to Marshall, the additional benefit which a person derives from a given increase of his stock of a thing diminishes with every increase in stock that he already has. Statement of the law. If a person goes on consuming more and more units of a commodity, the additional utility he derives from the additional unit of the commodity goes on diminishing. Assumptions. The law based on the following assumptions. 1. Cardinal utility. Satisfaction can be measured in terms of numbers. 2. Rational consumer. He wants to maximize his satisfaction. 3. No time gap between the consumption of one good to another good. 4. Homogeneous goods, identical goods. 5. The taste fashion of the consumer are constant. 6. Commodity is divisible. 7. Consumer have full knowledge of the market. Illustration of law. Given this assumption, the law can be illustrated with the help of table and diagrammatic representations. In the table, we can observe that as the consumer consumes more units of the same commodity, the marginal utility goes on diminishing. In the beginning, marginal utility decreases. At fifth unit, it becomes 0, and from sixth unit onwards, it decreases. Total utility increases in the beginning, later it becomes maximum at fifth unit, and from sixth unit onwards it decreases. Relation between total and marginal utility. 1. When total utility increases at diminishing rate, marginal utility falls. 2. When total utility is maximum, marginal utility becomes 0. 3. When total utility decreases, marginal utility becomes negative. Diagrammatic representation. In the graph, we can see that x-axis shows number of units and y-axis shows total and marginal utility. In the beginning, total utility curve goes upward from left to right and becomes maximum at fifth unit, later decreases. In the same way, marginal utility curve in the beginning decreases, goes downward from left to right and becomes 0 at fifth unit. Finally, it becomes negative. Limitations of the law. 1. Hobbies. The law does not operate in the case of hobbies like collection of stamps, old paintings, coins, etc. Greater the collection of a person, greater is his satisfaction. Marginal utility will not diminish. 2. Size of the goods. The law of diminishing marginal utility is not subject to the size of the goods if the goods are too big or too small. 3. Miser. The law does not apply to money. The more money a person has, the greater is the desire to acquire more of it. 4. Constant income, taste and preference. This law does not hold good if any change in income of the consumer, tastes and preference. 5. Durable goods. In the case of durable goods, it is not possible to calculate their utility.